does complete the 10th over, so the halfway stage of the innings. 10 overs gone. Score has moved on to 87 for 1. I think. No, 85 for 1. The scoreboard beat me to it on this occasion. And at the halfway stage with 36 more runs required for the Surrey Stars to win from this position, but just no sign yet of a breakthrough. That chance put down to dismiss Taylor a few overs ago could then be a pretty costly one, because these two have been terrific so far.
Yeah, they've played very well, they really have, and as we thought, Kate bringing herself back on now, I think, and I wouldn't be surprised if we go Eccleston at the other end, and really taking a wicket now still might be too late, but it might just cause a little ripple. So
Taylor's unbeaten on 22. It could, as you say, be perhaps a last throw of the dice here. Can the captain conjure up? Marshalling her troops at the moment, making sure the field's in the right position, pushing fine leg back to the boundary. That's a mate. Alex Hartley going down towards the boundary below us is a third man. There's also a deep mid-wicket and deep point as well. So two guarding the boundaries on the on and off side, and then third man fine leg. 85 for 1. Take something special from this position for the Thunder, but you never know. Here's Kate crossing and balls and swatted away by Taylor out through square leg. And Dunkley comes up to field. Taylor moves to 23. The score moves on to 86 for 1. Bobby Cross is alongside me here on the roof of the pavilion at Guildford.
I was just going to say, Scott, you come here, or have been here more often than I have. I was here in the first year of the Super League before the renovation work, and what a fantastic venue it is these days, especially for women's cricket. It just has a really good feel about it, particularly boundary size wise. It just seems to fit really well.
This cross ball into Lizelle Lee, just leans into it, and in a slightly open face of the bat, just guides the ball down back with a square on the offside for a single. 54 not out, correction, 55 not out, 87 for 1. Yeah, it must be great for the girls to play at some of the bigger venues. The Surrey Stars are at Headingley, for example, on Tuesday. Lancashire Thunder will play at Old Trafford. Surrey will play at the Oval as well throughout the competition. It's cross balls to Taylor, just tickled off the pads down to short fine leg for a single. 88 for 1. But also as well, I agree, I think I've done a lot of these KSL games now, and I think the outgrounds, I think they suit the competition for me.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is a real balancing act. We forget sometimes that it is such a real big thrill for the girls to play on some of the the international grounds, the test match grounds, and, but they are such big venues. It's difficult to create an atmosphere there.
Cross ball into Lee, just dab it down to third man again, playing a miss taken by the keeper, no run.
So yeah, places like Guildford. I mean, obviously we take our games out to Liverpool. We're playing at Blackpool, and for the first time we're playing at Chester Boughton Hall this year. So we're taking a game into Cheshire, and I'm really excited to go there. I think that'll be very similar to here, with a real good sort of intimate feel about the game.
88 for 1 in the 11th, target of 121 to win. Cross in bowls. Oh, Lizelle Lee hits an outrageous shot for 6 over extra cover. Goodness me, you're one or two of the spectators leaping up trying to take the catch. That's a fantastic shot from Lizelle Lee over extra cover for 6. Takes her total to 61 and the Stars to 94 for 1. What a shot.
Yeah, she is. When she gets into full flow, she really is a terrific player, and you've got to get her out early. I think in the first game she did fall cheaply. And unfortunately for us, we've been able to do that today.
Cross into Lee. That's cut down to wide third man. That will be 4 more, so 6 over extra cover. A cut down to third man for 4 more. So 10 off those final 2 deliveries, and the Stars know that they're almost there. The 98 for 1 after 11. So just the 23 more runs required for the defending champions, who look a terrific team. They're a very, very strong outfit, and they won the competition last year. And from this position, they are well set to make it 2 from 2, having beat the Yorkshire Vikings on Tuesday evening at Headingley. Still early stage of the competition, and that's a crucial point to make. I mean, it's gone from 5 to 10. Last season it was 10 group matches, which I think works well, and means that even if you lose a couple early on, you've got time to make up.
Yeah, the first couple of years when we just had the 5 games, if you lost the first 1 or 2, you really felt like you were already out of it. Where this year, even after what looks like it's going to be 2 defeats for our girls, there is still real chance to put a run together and bounce back from that. And the T20 cricket is a bit like that, isn't it? You can get on a roll one way or the other, losing or winning. But hopefully, if our girls can turn it around.
It's Sophie Eccleston into Taylor, who goes back and slices the ball through the offside for a single, moves to 24, scored to 99 for 1. Last season, 10 games for the first time, expanding from 5, and 5 victories for Lancashire Thunder came, well, within touching distance of reaching finals day. And it was Surrey Stars that got there ahead of the Lancashire Thunder and went on to win the competition, but much improved performance 12 months ago for the Thunder. 10 group games does make sense for me. It seems a little cutthroat to have just 5. Here's Eccleston in and bowling. This is shuffled into the onside by Lisa Lee. And that will bring up the 100. Yes, it will. The scoreboard ticks along from 99 to 100. Lisa Lee, 66 not out. Taylor back on strike unbeaten on 24. Just 21 more runs needed. Stack of deliveries and plenty of wickets in hand. Taylor goes on the reverse and gets to it as well. Down towards the boundary. That's a great shot, great hands from Sarah Taylor to have kind of reverse paddle that down towards the boundary for 4. Moves to 28 not out. The score to 104 for 1. These two are 2 fine players, Bobby.
Very good, yes, as you say. But even if you've got one of these out, Nat Siver to come in, one of England's premier players at the moment, it is a strong top 4 or 5 that they've got here.
Eccleston clutching the ball tightly and then bowling to Taylor. Just comes off the outer edge of the bat, dropping down to Alex Hartley inside the ring at short fine leg. And there is no run. 104 for 1. Taylor on 28. There's Eccleston into her. Just dabbed into the offside. It's a dot ball. Picked up just backward of point. No run, been a busy summer for Sophie Eccleston. Represented her country throughout the course of that Ashes campaign. Bowling and it's a beautiful shot back over her head. That'll be 4 more, 1 bounce, and then it's over the rope for 4. Lovely straight lofted drive back from where it came from. It's a fabulous knock by Taylor. Some beautiful shots in there, and that's 4 more of them. She moves to 32, 108 for 1. 13 more runs required to win the game. We've seen some lovely batting today. Harmanpreet Kaur for the Thunder with some absolutely glorious shots. And these two have put together a very fine partnership as well.
Yeah, they've played well, and it's just such a shame, isn't it, with Sarah? Clearly she has her health issues, which as an England fan, you would just love to see her play like this in an England shirt and, be in that place to be able to do that. And obviously missing the back end of the Ashes and clearly not feeling that she was able to contribute to that must have been a real difficult decision for her. But it's so good, even as a Lancashire member of staff and supporter, to see her out there and playing shots like that. She really is a class act when she's playing well.
She is. Pleasure to watch, whether it's with the bat or with the gloves, actually. It makes it look so easy. On the brink of getting her side over the line. 13 required from this position. So the Stars are eyeing up 2 wins from 2. Here's Hartley in. There's a Lee's eyeing it up in this over, I think, down on one knee, trying to sweep it out through the onside. A huge swing and a miss from Lee, taken by the keeper. And there is no run, so a dot ball to start the over. Hartley twirling away in and bowling to Lee, who waits for it. Just dab it into the onside. It comes off a little leading edge and loops out into the offside. Hartley fields off her own bowling. No run. 108 for 1. 13 more needed. Lancashire Thunder have got a long off, a long on, a deep mid-wicket, a deep backward square leg. Alex Hartley from the railway end bowls to Lee, who's gone back and pulls it out through the onside, and it's taken. It's a good catch at deep backward square leg, and Lizelle Lee departs. And the Surrey Stars have lost their second wicket. It's a fabulous innings, but has come to an end. Smart catch by Sune Elise at deep backward square leg. Hartley strikes, but end of a terrific innings of 66 by Lizelle Lee. The Surrey Stars are 108 for 2 in the 13th, require the 13 runs to win.
Yeah, it was a great innings, wasn't it? It was a good catch to end it as well, actually. It was diving forward by Sune Loose out there. And it's important for our girls, this, although the game has probably comfortably gone away from us, just if they can chip away with 1 or 2 wickets and a couple of the bowlers come away with a little bit more belief that they're in the competition. I'm sure it'll be a help for them, but it was a good catch by Sune.
It was, yeah. Just leaning forward, down on one knee. And on the boundary, deep backward square leg, there's a row of, there's a little temporary stand which runs along the side of the outfield there. 3 rows deep, those green seats, and plenty of spectators in them. There's plenty of kids sat around the edge of the boundary rope, and spectators in white plastic seats.
I think that's almost a bit like one of Bumble's permanent temporary stands, isn't it? As he calls the one at Emirates Old Trafford.
Permanent temporary stand, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, it looks like it's there for the long term, doesn't it? Hartley in bowls to Siver. He's off the back foot, pushed back by Hartley, gathered by Alex Hartley off her own bowling. There's no run.
So there's a little bit of competition as well between the England girls. Alex would love nothing more than to get Nat out here. So, and I'm sure Nat will want to finish the game quickly. So I'm sure there'll be a little bit going on out there still.
A little skip down the pitch there, and Hartley saw it coming and just arrowed it a little straighter. Comes off the inside edge, deflects off the pads into the offside. Here's Hartley back in to Siver. She's forward and she's driving into the offside. It's a good one-handed stop by Talia McGrath. An extra cover to her right-hand side, just kind of goalkeeper style, pushing the ball away. And Alex Hartley appreciated the work there by Talia McGrath. It's the end of the over, 109 for 2. It's 13 gone, so 7 overs remain, just 12 runs are needed. Taylor's unbeaten on 32, and that's Siver, new batter alongside her in the middle, unbeaten on 1. You're with Scott Reed and Bobby Cross. Mark Church has left us, he's disappeared up to Lords. He's got another game to do, he's a very popular man.
Yeah, he's in demand.
He's in demand, yeah.
Unfortunately, Lizelle Lee and Sarah Taylor are going to deny the listeners of Ebony Rainford Brent's final few overs here.
It looks that way, yeah. Ebony says she'd come for the final 5, but maybe she's, of course, she's Surrey Stars director of cricket. She might well be somewhere in the dugout watching the winning moment. So, good to see Ebony before the game started. Here is Sophie Eccleston, bowling left arm around the wicket, good delivery, bringing Siver forward. She's beaten through to the keeper. And there is no run. You listen to us via the BBC Sport website and app. BBC London, BBC Radio Lancashire and BBC Radio Manchester. Eccleston in, little skipping forward again by Siver and driven down the ground, picked up by Sophie Eccleston off her own bowling. It's another dot ball. As you say, I want to try and make it as tough as possible as the Stars to win it. Eccleston's got her own figures and to try and guard as well. Stepping back and across and work with an angled bat into the onside by Siver, but keeper comes round, picks up the ball, hands it back to Sophie Eccleston, this tall left arm spinner, who's left arm around the wicket and bowling a bit of width this time. Oh, that's played so superbly by Taylor, hopping back into the crease, and just a fraction of width, much there, but there's enough for it to go back and carve it through the covers for 4. And that takes the total to 113 for 2. You don't have to get it too wrong, do you? Just a fraction wrong.
Not to players of this quality, no. But, I mean, you're right what you said. Sophie's on the back of a busy summer, but so much she's come out with a lot of credit, I think, in a disappointing Ashes campaign for a lot of the girls.
This is fired in much quicker from Sophie Eccleston. That's steered down towards the boundary at third man. It's just about kept in. It is. That's some good work out of the deep. I think Alex Hartley there. And they've come back and run 3. Good running, actually. Good fielding, good running. It's 3 more towards that victory target. Down towards a very fine third-man boundary. And Alex Hartley went from short, fine leg down there to get to it. So it's a fantastic piece of work by Hartley to scoop the ball up. But just 5 away now from victory for the Stars. Here's Eccleston in and bowling. That's hit back over her head. That'll probably be 4 of them. Out towards the boundary for 4. It's a lovely straight drive. We've seen some beautiful shots today. Really have. That is up there with with the best of them once more. 120 for 2, so just a 1 run away now for the Surrey Stars. Sarah Taylor's unbeaten on 38. Nat Sever alongside her, unbeaten on 8. And it will turn out to be, Bobby Cross, an extremely professional run chase by the Surrey Stars.
Yeah, it has been. I mean, flipping it round to our side, we were talking at the break of having a good start in the power play, nipping 1 or 2 wickets out potentially, and we did. We got the one early on, Bryony Smith, but not getting that second wicket and being able to put them under any pressure, and at no point have they allowed us really to settle and to bowl dot balls and to build up any pressure. They've scored fluently throughout, either with strong shots for boundaries or running well and rotating the strike. They've played very well.
This will be, you think, the final over of the game. You never know, could be a maiden, but Hartley will bowl it, just a 1 required. Dot ball to start with. Siver just trying to force it through that offside, a well guarded offside. Inside the 30-metre circle, Hartley in to Siver, and that's slapped back down the ground. Hartley tries to fall on top of the ball almost, trying to cut it off her own bowling. But Siver striking cleanly for 4. And that is the end of the game, and that target of 121 that Lancashire Thunder set the Surrey Stars, that's been chased down for the loss of just 2 wickets. So an 8-wicket victory for the Stars here at Guildford, and the defending champions, on the evidence of this afternoon, Bobby, look a terrific team again.
They do. They look like they're going to be well up there again. I know Western Storm started well in their first game, and it does look like the same. The usual suspects are playing really good cricket again, so it's going to be tough for our girls now to bounce back. We go straight across to Taunton now, so a short turnaround, playing on Saturday at Taunton against Western Storm, which will be a real big game for us now after the back of 2 losses, but we'll have to turn it around, and I'm sure the girls will be really keen to get up and running and get into this tournament.
Excellent, thank you, Bobby. Much
Pleasure.
Appreciated. Thank you for joining us towards the tail end of that of the game here at Guildford. The players just shaking hands down below us. Just 2 matches in, so a lot of games to go. Still 8 matches left for these 2 sides to try and get themselves to finals day. But a pretty emphatic win for the Surrey Stars. They've made it 2 wins from 2. Victory on Tuesday night at Headingley against the Yorkshire Diamonds. Lancashire Thunder starting with defeat against the Southern Vipers at Egbert in Liverpool on Tuesday afternoon. Have travelled down to Guildford today, and they've lost against the Stars by 8 wickets. An 8-wicket victory for Surrey Stars. Set that 121 to win, despite a fabulous unbeaten half-century from Harmanpreet Kaur to get something on the ball for the Thunder. Lizelle Lee, in particular, backed up by Sarah Taylor. A little cameo from Nat Sever secure an emphatic win at Guildford Cricket Club. And Ebony Rainford Bren, the cricket director of the Surrey Stars.